So there's a female protester. She gets harassed at a Biden event. I mean, assaulted. Nobody does anything, and I got something to say about it. Here's the video.
Jill, when are you and Rebecca going to call for a ceasefire?
Yeah, if I didn't know better, I would have thought that was a Trump rally. Put up the picture full mass. Let me give you the nuance here. The Answer Coalition is an anti-war and social justice activist group. They shared the video of the female protester being violently grabbed and pulled by the crowd at an event with First Lady Jill Biden after the protester called for a ceasefire in Gaza. Very simple. It happens to damn near every presidential candidate or those who are talking on behalf of the presidential campaign. Jill, when are you and the president going to call for a ceasefire in Gaza? End quote. Yes. The question that I think people in the White House would like to know as well, including Vice President Kamala Harris. But I digress. The protester asked before she was pulled down by the audience and then dragged out by security. Dr. Biden spoke in Las Vegas, Nevada, and then in Arizona. This was Saturday. It was at the Fox Theatre for a Women for Biden-Harris event that multiple protesters were removed from the premises. Protesters had interrupted the First Lady's 15-minute speech about Republican efforts to curb abortion rights at least 4 times. Meanwhile, the crowd reportedly drowned out each protester with chants of 4 more years. Yeah, all right. Taliana Vanette, one of the protesters who interrupted Biden's remarks, said she believes Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza against Palestinians. She will absolutely not vote for Joe Biden in the upcoming election. She also told USA Today, quote, "I was really disappointed. When we're talking about celebrating women and the importance of women in positions of power, that this topic of the femicide that is happening in Gaza wasn't addressed. There are women in Gaza having C-sections without anesthesia. There are children in the NICU who are dying because they don't have power in the incubators." And I want to say this. There's a report we did on Indisputable about Congressman Hank Johnson writing an open letter to the administration. It was signed off by other members of Congress. And he cited the humanitarian issues as relates in particular to children, to women, to the elderly. So I get it. The domestic policy is contrary to the international policy. It's hypocritical. American policy is schizophrenic at best. There's more. According to a press release, the United Nations women, led by the UN Women on March 1, an estimated 9,000 women have been reportedly killed by Israeli forces in Gaza to date. I think that number is wholly inaccurate and undervalues the true number, not including those who believe to have been to be dead under the rubble that they have not found. Every day, the war in Gaza continues. At the current rate, an average of 63 women will continue to be killed. An estimated 37 mothers are killed every day, leaving their families devastated and their children with diminished protection. The United Nations warned Sunday the child deaths will rapidly increase if humanitarian aid deliveries do not immediately increase, adding to pressure on the Israeli government over humanitarian conditions in the Israeli-Hamas war. Adele Coder, regional director of the UN Children's Aid Organization, said numerous reported child deaths in Gaza are man-made, predictable, and entirely preventable. Quote, "The widespread lack of nutritious food, safe water, and medical services, a direct consequence of the impediments to access and multiple dangers facing UN humanitarian operations, is impacting children and mothers, hindering their ability to breastfeed the babies, especially in the northern Gaza Strip. People are hungry, exhausted, and traumatized. Many are clinging to life." Put up the statistics, key figures. Day 151, 30,717 fatalities. Palestinian fatalities. Internally displaced 1.7 million, that's 75% of Gaza. 2.2 million people face crisis or worse levels of food insecurity. 0 hours of electricity. Also, per the UN, 1 million children are in need of mental health and psychosocial support. 17,000 children are unaccompanied or separated from their parents. Per an Al Jazeera report, March 1st, more than 25,000 Palestinian women and children have been killed in Israelis' war on Gaza since October 7th. That's according to U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin. And I have to remind everybody again, the average age of a Palestinian in Gaza is 19.2 years of age. Over 40% of the Palestinians are under 14 years of age. They are killing children. They are not Hamas. It is a proxy. It is a proxy. And most Israelis, I'm not talking about the Israeli government, most Israelis understand that Netanyahu is using the Palestinians or using Hamas in order to kill Palestinians. Most Israelis do not approve of the governance of Netanyahu based on the last 3 polling data sets we have publicly available. Netanyahu says he has to kill Palestinians because Hamas is hiding behind them, using Palestinians as shields. But if Hamas was hiding in Israel, he would not indiscriminately kill Israelis in order to get to Hamas, proving how he devalues the life of Palestinian children. Wosny, thoughts?
I mean, there's just no question that there are unspeakable atrocities happening in Gaza. If some people want to say, oh, it's unavoidable, whatever, these are atrocities happening, and these people are going through an unimaginable hell. And the idea that Joe Biden is supporting this and enabling this and encouraging this ultimately is quite gross. And if he loses the election for it, these little protests that are happening at his little campaign rallies are the least of his problems.
Yep.
He's going to lose for this.
That's right.
And I would say that he deserved it.
And here's the thing, listen to them. Listen to the protesters. They are the conscious right now. They are the voice of reason. But here's the thing, Wosny, you know this to be true. As much disagreement as we have with Republicans in their party, they would have never turned their back on 80% of their own constituents. 80% of Democrats disagree with Biden.